Shoot, man, what's up with it, man? Ain't no off days for me at all. Ain't no off days for me. I stay working, I stay grinding, no matter what, man. I get right to it, man. A minute, a minute that I waste is a minute lost. I can never get it back. I can't never get it back, man. If I listen, man, the reason why I stay working, man, is because I'm chasing a lot of things, and I wouldn't even say that I'm chasing it. I'm planning to get those things, and work shouldn't stop for you, me. Work should not stop at all. That little downtime, that's all right. I'm not talking about absolutely, killing yourself because we all need rest. We all need, some sort of downtime every now and again. But don't let your downtime take effect of what you're doing. You know, I got the hard hat on and the blue collar. And see, it's funny, man. I know there was somebody in the comment section. I think he was saying like, such and such time is enough. Listen here, homeboy. Listen here, homie. Listen here, my nigga. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something, okay? Look, it ain't never enough for me. You can never, never do enough work. You always got work to do. I know at least I always got work to do. Hell, I'm working right now. I got stuff that I got to take care of. I got obligations. I got responsibility. I got to be diligent in a lot of stuff. I got to be on my P's and Q's, dot my I's, cross my T's, so to speak. And that's what you should be doing. You should always have something to do. Even when I'm sitting down, man, you know what I'm saying? My mind is always thinking about something. And even when I take the little time that I need to take off, guess what? Man, I'm always thinking about that next step. I'm always thinking about that next challenge. I'm always thinking about that next evolution. You know what I'm saying? That's what you should be doing. You should not you should not stop working, man. Your hard hat should be on and your collar should be blue at all times. And you should pipe down and be focused. Your head should be down, focused, not even worrying about nothing. That's why I don't never need to get into any type of confrontation with anybody. You know why? Because I'm so busy working. You know what I'm saying? That I'm not even bothered by it because I'm too busy working, and that's what you have to do. My brothers in the LDBC, man, we don't have time for that type of stuff, man. We too busy working. Everybody, everybody that I know, all of my brothers in the LDBC that's constantly on the grind and stuff, man. We don't got time for that little childishness, getting that back and forth to any of that other stuff. I know I don't. I don't have time for none of that stuff. You know why? Because I'm too busy working. I'm too busy being diligent. I'm too busy trying to be consistent. You know what I'm saying? I'm allergic to inconsistency. I'm allergic to not working. I'm allergic to that, man. It makes me sick to my stomach, man. When I don't have nothing to do, man, it makes me sick to my stomach, man. You know, like I don't mind if there's a task that needs to get complete, no problem. I get it done. When my wife tells me, hey, we got to get this done, or got to get that done, shoot, no problem. I do it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't on no, and don't get it twisted. Ain't on no simp shit. It's just obligation and responsibilities and duties that you got to take care of as a man. You know what I'm saying? You got to stay working, man. That's what you have to do, man. And listen, for you ones out there that think that everything just gonna be handed to you, that it's gonna come easy, that everything just gonna fall right into your lap. It don't work like that, man. And if something does take place to where it does fall in your lap, it does fall in your hand, guess what? It's always you're gonna have to pay that back. You have to get that back in some sense. You know, I know lots of guys, man, that in the, if you are in your 20s, if you are in your 20s or even in your 30s, shoot, I know 40-year-olds that are still living with their parents. Now, listen, I'm not talking about guys that got to take care of they they mom or they pops or somebody that's older than them because they have an illness of some sort or something like that, and they have no choice but to be there. Because trust me, I'd have been there, man. I had to move back in and take care of my grandmother when she was ill because of Alzheimer's and dementia. But I'm talking about the ones to where your mom is still up in age and she's still working and she's still taking care of your ass. You need to get the fuck up out of there and you need to get on your own and grind. Even if you gotta be homeless, for a little bit and to say, okay, hey, look, I got to take care of that, man. And what do you have to do in order to do that? You have to get your ass up and you need to work. Man, you got man, whatever you have to do, just do it. Man, I knew a guy, man, he started off throwing trash for a temporary service. It's called labor ready, kind of like one of those tip services. And he was throwing trash. Man, he did that for about a year because labor ready, what they do is they pay you right on the spot. They pay you at the end of the day. They pay you cash. Now, guess what he does? He owns his own cleaners. He had his own cleaners, and he had his own barber shop. I'm saying he ended up having two businesses. I knew another guy, man. This guy right here, man, he was living with his mom. You know what I'm saying? People used to talk about him all the time. Yeah, I mean, just saying, get up, man. You need to get up out of the house. You're lazy, man. You don't have any type of structure. Didn't do anything. He wasn't doing anything. He was mooching off of his mom. Guess what ended up happening, man? He went into the military, man. Went in that motherfucker, man. Um, became an officer in the military. Then got out, man. Was able to work, um, doing something with well, it was like oil. It had to do with oil. They working at the oil field or whatnot. Then guess what, man? Ended up messing doing the cryptocurrency and whatnot. Then after that, man, had a beautiful wife, man, two kids. Never needed to mooch off anybody. Now they mooching off of him. You understand what I'm saying? You got to stay working, man. Don't worry about what type of job that you got right now at this point in time. Save up and stack up. You know what I'm saying? Don't listen to the naysayers, man. Because I think I was speaking. Man, you haven't been around and all this other stuff, man. They'll say little shit like that to me. I'm like, man, when you working and you busy, you're not gonna be around that much. You're not gonna be on the scene that much. I could sit up there and I could go to plenty of people's houses and chill all day, uh, watching, watching the tube. You know what I'm saying? Staying on the internet, doing that little silly shit or whatever. But what is that? What is that helping me? I'm not accomplishing nothing. I got to get out there because I have, like I said, I'm obligated. My mom, my mom's belly. I was obligated to do this. She put me on this shit, and it was something I had to pick up, naturally on my own. You know what I'm saying? Not having a male figure, stuff like that. You got to pick that stuff up on your own. You know what I'm saying? Being around guys, you know, do it, hustle it, man, and you hustling illegal, turn that illegal into legal. You understand what I'm saying? Turn that illegal into legal. You know, work don't stop for me. Turn that illegal into legit, into legitimate. You understand what I'm saying? You don't want to get into something where you always having to look over your shoulder. Listen, if you're working and you're doing everything that you're supposed to, you don't have to look over your shoulder. I'm not worried about nothing. Now, I'm not saying be, don't be a be a fool and just go out there, running like a chicken with your head cut off. That's not what I'm saying by any means necessary. You always got to be prepared. But at the same token, you know what I'm saying. If you doing if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing and you're doing what's necessary to be done, man, your success is going to be much greater, and it's going to be much quicker than what you think. You got to think about the people. Listen, work is work, no matter what you do. But if you're doing something that you're not supposed to, 9 times out of 10, it's not going to end well for you. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't if you criticizing a stripper, right? Let's talk about my queens for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't make this channel just for men. You know what I'm saying? I do it for men and I do it for women. You know what I'm saying? What's up with it? What's up with it? TJ boxing. TJ know what I'm talking about. TJ stay on the grind. TJ always doing his thing. TJ always coming with it, man. LDPC all day, man. TJ always gonna come with something. You know what I'm saying? And if you hear TJ talk, man, you already know that his mindset is much different than everybody else. TJ, man, was a military man. He served for the country. He said, look, as soon as I get out of here, my work is not finished. I got a wife at home. I got kids. I'm obligated to do this. I got responsibilities. So, man, I'm not trying to hear none of that shit that you have to say. TJ definitely holds it down, man. He got the weight of the world on his shoulders, just like a lot of men out here do. Even if you ain't got no family, you still got the weight of the world on your shoulders. You still got it done. You still have to get it done. You think a lot of these guys that come home from Afghanistan, come home from Iraq and all that, you think that they just want to chill and all this other stuff? Nah, they want to get to work. But see, it's a shame that they do our vets the way that they do because of that whole PTSD stigma. Trust me, I know a lot of guys, man, that done went through that. They done fell into depression. They done did that. One of the guys that came back, he came back from he did like a couple tours, and his wife. I hope you're doing all right, man. I hope everything is going good, man. I hope everything is bounce back. I hope everything is blessed, man. Guess what he ended up doing? He ended up bouncing back. He ended up going to school. He ended up taking his money or whatever and going to school, but he still had guys out there. But it took a couple of guys saying, hey, look, maybe this dude was in the military. You know what I'm saying? He had the motivation. I mean, he was doing way better than us. Because he come back, man, and they're like, nah, I'm paying for that. Why everybody around? Man, we be out, go out to dinner. And I'm not talking about like couple guys better than us. But I'm talking about 8, 9 people like, man, get them all with their phone. Bam. Man, he'll be, have to stay somewhere else and everything. Come back, man, and watch and all that stuff. It's really good. You know, stop, you know what I'm saying? He gets hard time. And he made that.
hear me? Hey, press one. Press one if you can hear me, man. Stephen Brown said he can't hear me. Y'all put one in the chat if y'all can hear me. I'm up here driving. I might hit a bad area. I'm over here driving. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me, man. I want to make sure y'all get this message. Please put a one in there if you can hear me, a two if you can. Please put a one in there and a two in there. Okay, so you can hear me. Well, Stephen said that he can't hear me, so I guess something. It might be something on your end. Okay, so you can't hear me. Hey, you might have to check your phone because TJ can hear me. TJ can hear me, man. Hey, hopefully you can hear me, man. I got to continue. This is a big message, man. I want you to make sure you think about it. And, once you have your heart and like somebody telling me that, oh yeah, well, 30 minutes is enough. An hour is enough. I'm not going to sell y'all short. I'm not going to do that. If I can impart some wisdom to myself and you, I'm going to do it now. In and out. All right, hold on one second, man. Hold on. All right, press one now. Press one if you can hear me now. I want to make sure my people can hear me. Press one if you can hear me. Press one if you can hear me. Okay, all right, I'm good now. All right, look, like I was saying, I'm not going to sell everybody short. If somebody come up in the comment section telling me, oh yeah, 30 minutes is enough, an hour is enough, guess what? I'm going to do 2 hours for you. I'm going to do an hour for you. I don't believe in selling the people short. I believe in giving people, they, they money's worth, so to speak. I believe in giving people good work, and that's what you should do. And that's what you should do. You shouldn't sell anybody short. That comes back on you. So anybody that says that to me, no, I'm not. It's not enough for me. Maybe it's enough for you. Maybe you wanna sit there and you wanna make give people 2 minutes or 3 minutes and all this other stuff. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm cut from a different cloth. Me and my LDBC brothers, man, we cut from a different cloth. Me and my family, we cut from a different cloth. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna apologize for it too. I'm unapologetic for working hard. I'm unapologetic for grinding. I'm unapologetic. I'm unapologetic for making sure that I pound the pavement, man, and getting that road work in. I'm unapologetic and I'm unadulterated at times, for real. Man, listen, I don't worry about competition. You know why? Because I'm too busy trying to eliminate it. You know, I'm not worried about competition because I'm too busy trying to eliminate it. And that's what you should do. You should be worried about eliminating the competition. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about the competition. You know what I'm saying? And if there's no if you see that somebody is competition in you, you really shouldn't be worried about any of that. You know why? Because your grind is so impeccable. I don't worry about any type of competition, or who's trying to do this to me, or who's trying to sabotage me, who's trying to be cutthroat towards me. You know what I'm saying? Because you know down here where we from, man, we gonna take care of business regardless. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about, man. I don't mind. I don't mind the war wounds. I don't mind the battle scars. You know what I'm saying? That's just another story that I could tell, and that's what you need to do. If you come home and you done made it, you should be able to tell your story what you done made it through. My daughter always asks me, she's like, Daddy, what did you do today at work? Man, tell them that. Don't matter what age they are. If your wife asks you how your day was, man, be real with her. If you out there in the streets and you pounding the pavement, you really out there hustling, you really out there moving bricks, you really out there, probably got shot at, you probably was shooting at motherfuckers. You was fighting, got a couple scuffles, probably got your nose broke. You know what I'm saying? Probably you know what I'm saying, had some run-ins with the law. Tell her that. Because guess what? Whether it's illegal or legal, it's still work. Now, would I advise that you do that? No. But hey, you sometimes you got to do what you have to do. But me personally, if you're gonna do that type of life, you know what I'm saying. If you're gonna live that type of lifestyle or whatnot, listen, I'm gonna tell you like this: you got to know the consequences and the repercussions of what you do. Don't think that just because you're gonna move some bricks or move some loud, or move that white girl or move that butter, that you not gonna see any type of consequences, or you're not going to see no type of jail time, or there's not going to be any run-ins, or there's not going to be any type of jealousy, or there's not going to be people that's trying to rob you, or people that's trying to hate on you or whatnot. Because all of that comes with that when you're doing something. That's just the other side of it. Everybody looks at, okay, well, I want to floss, I want to get the car, I want to get the money, I want to get the thoughts. You know what I'm saying? And that comes too. But at the same token, what's gonna come with it is that evil, and you can't duck the smoke when it comes. So yes, I'm always pounding the pavement. If somebody tells me, "Man, you're doing too much" and all this other stuff, guess what? I'm gonna do even more. You know what I'm saying? You got to make them even more mad, make them even more jealous. If they less concerned, be even less of a concern. No people around, be like, look, I'm gonna be fine by myself. You know, I could care less. I'm still gonna pound the pavement. You know what I'm saying? If you tell me, okay, yeah, man, you shouldn't be doing this or you shouldn't be doing that, and it's something positive and constructive, guess what? Fuck you. Okay? Fuck you. Because you don't live my life, motherfucker. Yes, I said it, god damn it. You don't run shit. You don't run me. You don't run anything about me. I'm gonna grind, whether you like it or not. My people that are affiliated with me, the people that come on this channel, they already know how I rock. I'll stay working. So don't tell me this is enough, that's enough, or anything like that. Nigga, you ain't got shit to say. You understand me? And that's what you have to tell them. Look, I have to grind. Those people you shouldn't even be around. And if they are your friends, man, you got to give them tough love. You have to tell them people like that, like it is. If there's a female that's she wants you to constantly be around and stop your grind and everything like that, man, you got to tell her, look, my work comes first, my hustle comes first, my grind comes first, my success comes first. Don't put off anything for any type of treats or the the infatuation, infatuations of life, the lust, the the partying, the indulgent. Man, don't put none of that stuff. Man, don't put none of that stuff in your mind. You know, what is just you, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, man, my nigga Sterling Young, man, he's in the rap game. You think he's sitting around? No, he's constantly writing bars. He's constantly looking for that next move. I stay working. I got my hard hat on, and I'm gonna have my hard hat on even harder. If somebody congratulates you and all this other stuff, man, yeah, it's all good, but you need to get right to it. Do not rest for 1 second. Because the minute you rest, guess what, man? Somebody else is out there working just like you. There's a young, hungry lion just about to chase you, and you might have kicked dirt on that young, hungry lion. You might have kicked dirt on that young, hungry lion, and he's after you. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I don't never stop working. When my wife, she tells me, "Oh yeah, good job, man," I'm like, "Man, what can I do to get better?" You know what I'm saying? Even if it's an excellent job, I want to do even more excellent than excellent. Just like LT used to say, my faster is faster than your faster. That's my mentality. You understand what I'm saying? That's why people don't stay on top. They're too busy. Like Rondo. Rondo wants to prove, okay, I don't give a fuck if I'm in my late 30s. I don't give a fuck if we in our late 30s. They still want to have something to prove. Some people might think that they crazy for going out there damn near 40 and still playing, but you don't know what they thinking. So they still gonna go out there and they still gonna get it. I might say all day, yeah, such and such is old as hell, but he don't feel old as hell. And as long as he feels like he can do it, guess what? Then he's gonna get out there and he's gonna do it to the best of his ability. So he don't give a fuck what you gotta say. You know, for my queens that's out there, man, don't you let what you gotta do. If that nigga don't want to work, if that nigga, you sitting there, taking care of that nigga and everything like that, well, guess what? You can't get mad if that nigga's out there cheating on you. You can't be mad if that nigga coming in there fucking hoes in your bed. You understand what I'm saying? You can't get mad if that nigga in there playing PS5 all day, eating up your cereal, cooking up your meat in the refrigerator. You know what I'm saying? Throwing a third party at the crib, having some drinks, smoking some loud. You can't get mad at that shit. You know why? Because you allowed that shit. You allowed that shit while you up in there pounding the pavement, while you up in there got your hard hat on. You working and shit like that. And if you can't do it, you better get you a big cousin or same dudes. A female check up with you for a while. Next thing you know, a while turns into a year. Then next thing you know, it turns into 2 years. Next thing you know what I'm saying? She up in there wearing the pants. Man, get her the hell out. She got you losing focus. Got you falling behind on bills. She driving your car. Shit. Matter of fact, she even telling you what to do while you are up in there, man, running yourself ragged, all stressed out and stuff. And you might think that it's love, but that ain't love. That was lust that turned into now you being lonely. Now you want to give them other niggas that you used to talk about. Guess what? Now they didn't pass you by. Working. They didn't have no days off. They had sleepless nights. I've had plenty of sleepless nights. And if you got kids, then you know what I'm talking about. If you know what I'm talking about. Work don't stop for me. It don't stop for me. I'm not gonna sell people short. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna sit up here and give you anything less than what I can. If I could give you 200%, that's what I'm gonna do. Those are the people that I affiliate with. When Kobe Bryant stepped on the court, guess what? He wanted to give you his all. When MJ stepped on the court, he wanted to give you his all. When DMX, RIP, God rest his soul, when he stepped to the mic, he wanted to give you a show. You know what I'm saying? Some some people that get up there and perform and dance and stuff, the great ones like Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to give you their all. You know why? Because they pound the pavement. They worked every day. They had sleepless nights. They were constantly trying to evolve. You know, take whatever you're doing serious. Take it serious. Say, look, if you did 30 one day, if you did 30 minutes one day, shit, say I'm gonna do an hour. And then go on. And that, I'm talking about in terms of if, like, let's say you practice or something like that. You putting up shots or whatnot. You want to get back on the court or whatever. You start off slow, man. Say, okay, hey, by the end of the week, man, I want to be able to be at 45 minutes. By the end of the week, I want to be able to read 45 minutes. If you studying and you trying to get your associates, your bachelors, your masters, your a certificate for a skill or a trade or something like that. Say, look, I'm gonna be diligent. I'm not gonna fuck with nobody until I get that shit done. I'm not gonna listen. My tunnel is check on them. Nothing wrong with a little light conversation, but just get right back to the diligence. But see, a lot of break turns into never do it again. Your downtime turns into, oh, you know what, man, all this. It can't be like that. Work don't never stop for me. Oh, aren't you gonna take a break? Hell, harder just because you said that shit. I'm gonna go even harder just because you said that shit. Oh man, you ought to give up on what you're doing. Oh yeah? Well shit, are you doing it? Fuck you. And keep on moving. Man, I think that's enough, man. I think you ought to stop. Shit, man. Well, I think you ought to stop being at the top of my mind, at the top of your mind. I think you ought to stop thinking about me so much and worry about what you have to do. I think you are more worried about me than you are concerned about yourself. That's how much you love me. That's how much you want me to fail. You love me so much because you want me to fail. How about that? I embrace that. The fact that you want me to fail, the fact that you don't want me to work as hard as the next man, the fact that you want me to slip up and bust my lip, the fact that you want something bad to happen to me, man, I embrace that and I love that. You know why? Because that shows me that you care, right? That shows that you care nothing about my success. So you do care. So I'm gonna pound the pavement and I'm gonna put even a more dedication into what I'm doing just to go ahead and prove you wrong and not even be concerned about how you feel in the end. That's what my diligence is, and that's what you should be doing. If they telling you, oh, okay, well, man, I don't think that this is gonna work. Sure, okay, smile at them and keep on going. I appreciate it. Thank you. You'll be surprised. But see, if you go back and forth with them motherfuckers, guess what? Shit ain't gonna happen. They already got you. They already in your head. You know, I just talked about the last one in Polo Motivation. The last Polo Motivation that I did was about self discipline and self control. Well, guess what you got to have in order for you to pound the pavement and for you to work? You got to have self discipline and you got to have self control. Getting up on days when you don't want to, getting up when you might be hurt. You might have sprained your ankle or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Man, rest the necessary rest that you need to rest, and then get right back to it. Don't make no excuses, because it ain't no excuse. You just have to produce always. There should be no excuse. If you have an opportunity, if you have an opportunity to pound the pavement, you should be jumping at that opportunity. You should be jumping at that opportunity. If you have an opportunity, you should be running to it, not walking. I don't do this for notoriety or anything like that. You know, some people want to hear that. And if there's a motherfucker in there, well, oh, man, you're taking too long, and man, I think that's enough and everything like that. Okay, bye, sayonara, hasta luego, arrivederci, bon voyage. Speaking all the languages on your motherfucking ass. I will holler at you. Kick rocks while you're doing that shit too. Because nothing that you say absolutely has no bearing on what I do. Because I'm gonna continue to go hard for the people that support me. If you don't support me, if don't nobody support you, man, don't worry about them. If they don't like the fact that you work too much and that you don't take no days off, shit, fuck them, fuck them. Oh man, you don't chill with us no more, nigga. I'm chasing my grind. Fuck you. I got shit I gotta do. I got shit I gotta handle. You know, that should be your whole mentality. See, that's the mentality of somebody that's successful. That's the mentality of somebody that's actually getting it. You know, if those people don't want to be around you because you're too harsh and because you work too much, because you a workaholic, hey, I'ma holler at you. You know, you got to tell them when you'll see them at the top, because a lot of them don't believe that you're gonna be at the top. A lot of them, they look, hey, they want to come around. They want to come around when your success is good, when you're doing great. They didn't want to come around when nobody was around. They kind of peek at you to see what you're doing and everything, and to see if you're evolving in terms of you know how what kind of car you driving, if you got a house yet, if you know you got stacks, if your hair is cut a certain way, you know they want to see how you evolving first, and then once they find out that you're doing good on the gram, you're doing good on Facebook, even on YouTube, they find out you're doing good. Guess what? Oh, then they want to come around. When them motherfuckers didn't want to have nothing to do with you in the beginning, they was even throwing you under the bus and talking about you. Oh man, look at that nigga Polo, man. He worked too much. He worked too hard. Man, he needs some days off. He needs some time off. Well, guess what? The reason why they want you to take time off is so that you can get unfocused and fall back to where they at. That's the only reason. Defeating obstacles is your objectivity. Defeating obstacles is your objective. That's your primary objective. Is defeating obstacles. Paying bill, that's an obstacle. People talking about you, that's an obstacle. People trying to pull you back, that's an obstacle. Your goals that you set, those are obstacles. And you got to get it by any means necessary. By any means. Whether it's one people around or whether it's 1,000 people around, you got to grind regardless. You have to grind regardless. If you're doing all right and you okay, hey, maybe this video ain't for you. Maybe you could go help somebody else that is not in the same situation. Me, I'm gonna do everything that I can to fertilize the brain of those that really don't know what they're doing. You know, it's all about my know-how. It's all about my experience. It's all about my determination. It's all about turning my turning flaws into flawless. Everybody focuses on their flaws. Everybody focuses on everybody else's flaws. That's shit. That's the cream of the crop. That's what people want to do. But see, they only worried about your flaws. You're not worried about it. But see, the time that you become worried about it is when you start thinking about it. When really you should be thinking about pounding that pavement. When really you should be thinking about working. When really you should be thinking about, okay, what do I need to do? But some people are sensitive. Some people can't handle people talking about them online. Some people gotta go back and make a diss video or something like that, or a rant or some bullshit like that. Man, I ain't got no time for no fucking rant. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got time for a rant. I don't ran to the money. I could care less about oh, I got to get back at that person. You know what, man? I don't like that motherfucker. You know what? Let me let me say this about him, man. I could care less about that shit. Because what is that gonna do? That's not helping me. That ain't increasing my value with anything. What you gain a little popularity and all that other shit, but where's the money at? Listen, if I'm getting money, I'm getting paid to diss somebody or to talk about somebody. Okay, yeah, I do it depending on how much money it is. But if it ain't no money involved and I'm not I'm not profiting off of that shit, what the fuck is we talking about? Why do I need to get into it with you? I could care less about what you got to say. Nine times out of ten, man, them people, like, you see a lot of these people um that you talk about and everything, they still out there still on their ground regardless. Like some of the celebrities that you constantly, talking about, saying this or that about, or he's garbage, or she look a certain way, or all this other way. Guess what? Them people are successful, not you. And guess who you're talking about? You're talking about them. They not talking about you. They don't even know you. That's how most CEOs think. That's how most business owners think. That's why they got suggestion box. And guess what? That suggestion box gonna probably go to a corporate office, and then they'll handle it, and they'll everything that you got to say is on that piece of paper or on that survey that you take online. You know what? I could care less about, oh yeah, well, man, you don't do this way or you don't do that way. Well, if you don't feel like I do this way or I don't do that way, the way that you please, well, go somewhere else. Go somewhere else, man. You wasting energy just talking about it. Those people are wasting energy just talking about you. You actually doing something good with your energy. You're doing something positive and constructive with your energy. They're not doing nothing. They're not doing nothing to help you or help your situation. And the minute that they do, then they could probably say a thing or two. If it ain't somebody that's in your circle, or if it ain't your wife, you know what I'm saying. If it ain't your girl, like somebody that you truly care about, your girlfriend that y'all love and y'all have the same aspirations and the same goal, or if it ain't a friend that really giving you positive, constructive criticism, don't listen to them. Me personally, I want somebody if they're like, yeah, man, I think you should work. I think you should go, man. Like I've had people, I was about to do some things that I shouldn't have been doing or whatnot, and they be like, man, go ahead, get up out of here, man. You don't belong here. You shouldn't even be doing this. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, you're right, man. I need to bounce. Those are the people that you want around you. Those are the people that that want you to capitalize on everything. You're gonna get those people out there that's always trying to run shit and trying to dictate you and trying to control you. You got to tell them, man, look, you don't control me. You know what I'm saying? And look, you don't control my success. You don't have, man. You don't set uh any type of levels or expectations for me. I set those expectations. I could care less about your expectations. I could care less about your expertise. I'm gonna work. I'm gonna grind even harder. I'm gonna give blood, sweat, and tears, whether you like it or not. If something don't happen to me in that process that I don't like, hey, I got to deal with the consequences. But you have no right to tell me how I should grind, how hard I should work. I let other people worry about that. You know what I'm saying? Me, me personally, I'm gonna continue to do me regardless. Pounding that pavement is something that it's just it makes you feel good at the end of the day. Whatever it is that you're doing, it could be any type of job, any type of career, anything that you love. And if it's something that you love, truly, it won't be work. If it's absolutely something that you love, it won't be work. If it's something that you love, it won't be work. It'll be fun. You'll jump out of the bed and jump for joy to go to where you're going. That's why, like, I don't even trip. Like when I get on here, man, shoot, I'm excited to holler at y'all. You know what I'm saying? Whether I got 2 people, whether I got 20 people, whether I got 60 people. You know what I'm saying? And the ones that's gonna, stay around or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? They gonna be 10 toes down. The other ones, they gonna be like crickets. You know what I'm saying? And and see, the thing that you gotta realize is that you can't control other people's actions. You can't make nobody uh wanna like you because you work hard or because you put diligence into what you're doing. You know that you can't make people want to do that. Some people might look at what you got and how well you're doing and everything like that, and they judge that. They use that to judge you as a person, not realizing that you could care less about that materialistic bullshit, but you just work hard for it. But it's like they're they're obsessed. They have an obsession with that. And listen, if you if you if you are truly focused on what you're doing, you will be obsessed with what you're doing. In order for you to be successful, you have to be obsessed with what you're doing. In order to, and that's why I don't worry about what a punk ass nigga got to say about. Oh yeah, well I think that's enough, or I think yeah, that you should only do a little bit. Man, I don't care about what the fuck you got to say. You think I care about what you got to say, man? What have you done? You got to ask them that. What have you done? What are you bringing to the table? What are you bringing to my table? Absolutely nothing. So you know what you can do is you can shut the fuck up and get like me, or just shut the fuck up. Period. I could care less. I could care less what somebody is critiquing me about in terms of 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 what I'm putting together. And that's in anything. Everybody just thinks I'm just talking about YouTube. No, I'm talking about just in life. Period. You're gonna have people that come in your house trying to tell you, oh yeah, you should raise your family this way, or you should try to get this car. You should try to do this, or you should try to do that. Listen, if they not putting in like Smokey say, you ain't put in on this, man. Like if they not putting in on any of that shit, I don't want to hear nothing that you have to say. You could take their constructive criticism into consideration, but just tell them, no, nah, I got it. I'm straight. I got it, man. I'm good. I'm gonna continue to work. Oh man, you need to slow down. Oh no, you know what? I think I should go faster. How about that? How about I Dale Earnhardt your ass? How about those apples? Man, I don't think I want to be around that nigga no more. All right, I'll holler at you. Hey, you want me to show you the door? I'll holler at you. I'll holler at you. That's what you got to tell them. And they might do that as a guilt trip. Shoot, if them niggas gonna flee, let them flee. Shit, let them niggas jump. They want to jump ship, that's fine. Shit, I hope you can swim, cause I ain't got no life jacket for you. You gonna have to swim your way back. You know what? I don't like the way he do things. I don't like man. I don't like the way he works too much. He works too hard. Shoot, man. I guess I have to replace you. If you got a business, you got people, you got a team that don't want to work as hard as you do. Replace their ass if they don't want to be there. Why you think jobs or corporations are always looking to advance? Why you think they every I think it's every 4 years they upgrade their business. They do a review. They'll be like, okay, this person, he's been with the company for 10 years, but he has yet to be in a management position. He hasn't evolved. He hasn't gotten a raise. What you think they're gonna do to you? They're gonna get rid of your ass because they're looking for somebody that's hungry, that's eager, somebody that's younger, more vibrant. You just been there just taking up space, doing the same thing every day, fucking up on your job, everything like that. You're not there to really uh, be an asset to the company. But see, the reason why they want people like that are asset instead of a liability is because they see they see promise in them. And don't let the age shit fool you. Now, look, there's some people that are, they might be in their late 30s or in their 40s or even in their 50s that could outwork a motherfucker that's in their 20s. Don't get that shit twisted. But the thing about that though, you got to realize is that those people come a dime a dozen. Some of those people are just eager and willing to succeed more than others. And some people have a mental fortitude that's stronger than a lot of other people. And some of those people, they probably look like, look, I'm gonna do what I got to do to get up out of here, and then I'm gonna have my own shit. I'm gonna have my own shit. It might be rough starting off at first. Like when you start a business, when you first start a business at first, um, like let's say for instance, man, you wanna start up a lounge, right? You start up a lounge, and it's slow as hell. Barely got anybody coming in there. You probably got like maybe one, two people coming in there, but you still got to pay rent. You still got to pay. Got to have money for the food and the products and the alcohol, yada yada yada, everything. But you don't have nobody coming in and everything. Well, you got to work with what you have. You have to make sure that you're loyal to your loyal customers, if that makes any sense. People that's been there with you from the beginning. Some people gonna be there with you like from the get, just from the fact that of how hard you work. They see what time and effort that you're putting into everything. They see that sort of thing. The other people, they come around so that they can mess up everything for you. And look, I'm cool. Hey, I don't mind that type of shit. You know why? Because people that want to mess up things for others, guess what? They only messing up things for themselves. They only messing up things for themselves. They only messing up things for themselves. I don't never. Listen. I never, never listen to anybody that tells me, "Oh yeah, uh, you need to, you need to slow it down." Even like my mom, you know what I'm saying? My mom used to tell me, you know what I'm saying, you're doing too much. I'll be like, yeah, I know, mom, but you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna do a little more. That's why, like, motherfuckers that they criticize a guy like Russell Westbrook. Man, he doing too much. Da, 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 all this other stuff. He out of control. All this other stuff, man. But see, you appreciate a motherfucker like that. You know what I'm saying? If you actually played against him, he'll blow right past your ass. And that's what tripped me out. All these guys that's in the NBA, you know what I'm saying, and that or NFL or whatever sport that they play. Listen, I give a perfect example, man. This motherfucker, man. I took my daughter skate. I took her skating, man. I took her skating for the first time, and she she was like, scared and didn't want to skate, all that. You know what I'm saying? She ain't nothing but 4 years old, so it was kind of like, oh man, I'm scared and everything. But all it took was one of the one of the workers that skate there, because in order for you to work there and you want to skate and everything, man, you got to be flamboyant, man. This dude, a skater, had fell. One of the little kids had fell. He hopped over, like when he was going like full speed. He hopped over that guy, and you would think, like, because the wheels were unbalanced and everything, he still kept his balance and was rolling on like the side of the wheels, and still kept his balance and spun around. It's kind of hard to explain, but basically, my my daughter had saw that, and it inspired her. It made her want to do it. It made her, want to do it. Now she stopped again, you know what I'm saying? And she was like, I don't want to do this and everything. You can only do so much, and you can only say so much to a child. But nevertheless, you know what I'm saying, she was inspired by that. And so, like, what I'm saying is that you should be inspired by a guy that wants to go out there and wants to give it his all, and not even caring about what anybody got to say. You should be inspired and you should be motivated by a guy that wants to work just as hard as some individuals want to do. You should be inspired by guys that have failed time and time again, never gave up, and then they became successful. You should be inspired by individuals who want to take take whatever they're doing to a whole nother level, so they're willing to not take any days off. If you want to take things to a whole nother level, you have to be willing not to take any days off. I don't have no days off. No days off. When I'm off, I'm still working. If that makes any sense. Polo Sports Talking ENT, man. Thank y'all for pulling up. Like this video, share, subscribe, hit them notifications too, so that you're able to get each and every one of my videos. Until then, I'ma holler at y'all.